know the drill. Get yourself something to drink and join me on this next video. Welcome to the shop. We've got a little bit of a different video here. I'll bring you down here on the bench and let's see what you think. So here's my oil changing kit. I found myself just a little, I think it's a 1-gallon bucket, and I started having, I was always running around or carrying my large tool box with all the tools in it and running it from this place to that place and just to change oil. And you don't need very many tools just to change oil. So I started visiting the flea market and the pawn shops and started picking up things that I knew that I needed. I started keeping a list every time I changed the oil, what is it that I was needing. So predominantly I need a 15mm to be able to take the plug out of my vehicles, and I think, can't remember if it's a quad runner. Anyways, I think there's three motors that I need the 15mm for. And then I need a 17mm. This is also a 15mm that goes with that. So if I want to use a ratchet, and the ratchets, again, I picked up very inexpensively at a pawn shop, I think is where I got these. And what's nice about these is they also work for your oil pan, oil filter, as oil filter remover. So you have those there available to you. You've got your sockets here. I also have one of, I can't remember which one it is. If it's the lawnmower or the rototiller. There's a 14mm. I have, I guess, two 14mm. I have a 15mm plus the wrench, a 16mm and a 17mm. And then I have a 17mm wrench as well. So anyways, I just collected these things. Here's for spark plug. If I want to remove spark plug, say on the lawnmower or the rototiller, I can do that. I've got these different oil filter wrenches that work pretty well. I like this one as long as you can get to it. The one that I have on the car is very difficult to get to, so I usually have to use one of these wrenches. But I just picked up these different wrenches. The other thing I always keep with me are these nylon washers. So when the washers run out when they wear out, to seal the plug, I have some extras of those. A pair of pliers always works well. And then of course you have your funnels. This one here is for the truck. It goes down in. No, this one's for the car. The car goes down in. There's a shroud up on top, and the oil, to fill the oils down in there. This one here I use for the truck, and I just keep an oil rag inside there. When I'm going to use it, pull that oil rag. I have that oil rag to use to clean up things if I want to, but then I also just store it back down in here. And this is the only reason I have this little rod is to tuck that rag right back down inside there so that I don't get a lot of oil buildup in my bucket. Also keep some rags, some gloves, some rubber gloves around. And this way we've got everything we need to do the job. A couple of other little tricks is I take a silver Sharpie, and all the shrouds and all the covers inside my engines are black, and I write down on there the size of the wrench to take the oil plug off with, so that I'm not having to climb under there first and then come back out and find what it is that I need. I know that when I get under there, I've got everything I need. So I have written right there what it is that I need. You can see it here as I display it for the car. Also there is not just the size of the wrench, but how much oil goes in there, so I know exactly what to put in. And I also have the oil filter itself. So when I go to the store, in fact, just as I was preparing for this video, I had to call the hardware store, the auto parts store, because something wasn't matching on the oil filter. and they did end up verifying that they had sold me the wrong oil filter. Now I always keep a spare oil filter so that I don't end up needing to change oil and not able to change it. 2020 taught me a lot, and there were some distribution issues, supply issues because of what was going on with coronavirus, and so I always keep an extra filter on. So I have a filter to do the oil change, but now I have to go back to the store to get the correct filter. And that's the reason I should have opened the hood and checked the number. I just presumed that they knew what they were doing in the store. So it's a lesson learned. Next time, pop the hood and I can see right there what number I need for my oil filter, and I don't even have to go to the desk. I can go straight to the oil filters, get the oil filter, the oil, and come right back and pay for it. So I hope this is useful. Just something that I do. I know a lot of people don't like to change their own oil. I have a friend who heats his shop with an oil heater, so I have no problem with getting rid of the oil. Sometimes I'd like to have some oil around. I've got some brake drums that I want to one day turn into a coal forge to be able to do some blacksmithing with. So I have a 55-gallon drum that I'm pouring oil into and keeping those drums nice and clean so that they won't go bad. So I like to have a little bit of oil around, but I do have a place to dispose of oil. And so I know some of you don't have all of that available to you, but if you change your own oil, this is what I suggest. I think it works great. It all fits right back here in the bucket, as you can see here. So I hope this is helpful. Look forward to stick around and I'll show you changing the oil. We'll do it quickly and then I'll wrap things up. Hey, thanks for joining me on this. It was fun to share with you. I hope you found it useful, if not at least entertaining. So anyways, keep your coffee hot, your cup full. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great day and God bless.